Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
My dog saved me from drowning. Mankind has formed a special bond with dogs ever since domestication began, and the dogs have been helping humans in one way or another. We've even been able to train them to do various tasks like catching fleeing criminals and other things, including being our loyal companions. These have made dogs become man's best friend, and their loyalty is so incredible that they can determine when their owners are in danger. They would never hesitate to put themselves into life-threatening situations just to save someone from danger. Today, we've combined for you some of the most heroic pets that have saved lives. We can all agree that there's nothing more heartwarming than a great pet story. So what's the story behind these furry family members? Let's find out. Number 10. Saved from house fire. When your dog wakes you up at 1 a.m., you'll not make much concern of it. But after hearing this story, you'll realize that taking a moment to hear your dog out may be the best decision. In the case of Laura Smith, that's what happened. She was sleeping in her home with her 2 sons when their dog, Chrome, tried to alert her that the house was on fire. He woke her up and didn't leave until she followed him. You can imagine her face when she saw her home was on fire. When Chrome saw that he'd alerted his owner, he took off to get Laura's 2 boys. Laura followed him and they managed to get out of the house before the fire consumed their house. How lucky! Chrome had saved them. Laura told the story of how she met Chrome. It's a heartwarming story of love at first sight. They'd saved him from Bastrop County Animal Shelter not long ago, and from then, they'd considered him as family. Chrome's heroic act touched the hearts of people from the county shelter where he was adopted, and they helped the Smith family get back on their feet by raising $1,000. Chrome was also given a certificate praising his heroic acts of bravery and love. They might not have been alive if Chrome wasn't there. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. Trapped under quad bike. A man from central Queensland rolled his bike at Bondula on a rural property and got trapped underneath his bike, unable to get help. We don't know what he was doing and how he rolled over, but he was lucky to have his cattle dog with him. Though he suffered from hypothermia for being in the cold the entire night, it could have been worse if his dog didn't try to keep him warm. The dog stayed with him all night and kept him warm till the following morning when a neighbor passing by found him and his dog. She performed CPR on him and called emergency services. The man was airlifted to a nearby hospital by the Capricorn Helicopter Rescue Service, and the dog went along as well. The doctor said he was a lucky man to have his dog save him. Number 8. Capone saves the FULLMER'S from fire. Another story of a dog saving the day. When Angela Fulmer heard their dog Capone bark like crazy in their Des Moines home, she yelled at him to shut up since he was going to wake the baby up. But Capone didn't stop. He kept barking. She tried calling for him to go to her, but he didn't go. It was unlikely of him to behave that way, so Angela, as tired as she was, went to check out what was happening. She found the plug for the microwave, which she had used to heat a snack, was on fire. She managed to evacuate her 9 children out of the house before the house burned down in flames. The family lost everything, but maintained their lives, and this was thanks to Capone. Isaac Fulmer, Angela's husband, had found the dog abandoned and wandering along the side of a busy highway. He took him to his family where his wife and children gave it love and affection. A year later, he repays the family by saving them from perishing in the fire. After his heroic act, Capone was nominated for the American Humane Hero Dog Awards. We don't know if he won, but whether he did or not, Capone will always be a hero to the Fulmer's family. They say a good deed is always repaid, and Fulmers are now living witness to this. Who would have seen that coming? Number 7. The Tsunami Savior. Babu was only 12 years old when she saved her 83-year-old owner, Tammy, from the tsunami. Unbelievable, right? that makes 2 of us. I still can't believe it. This little Shih Tzu hates going for walks, but on that day, she made Tammy take her for a walk, and they also climbed a hill. On turning around, Tammy saw the tsunami wash her home away. She explained that that day, Babu wouldn't chill out. She got the leash, and as soon as she opened the door, Babu started heading for the hill. It was the opposite direction of their daily morning walks, but she didn't question. She let Babu lead her to the hill until she saw the tsunami wash away her home. That was when she noticed that all the barking and straining of her leash for them to walk faster was a way of Babu saving their lives. She was glad she trusted her dog's instincts. From the hill, they walked to an evacuation center that was near and stayed there for some time with other people. I wouldn't be surprised if the evacuation center was the initial destination of Babu. Number 6. NANOOK saves hikers. Who said dogs only save their owners? In Girdwood, Alaska, a dog, NANOOK, lives with his owner Scott Swift close to the 39-kilometer-long Crow Pass Trail. NANOOK loves adventure and always manages to follow the hikers on their journey, which made him learn the whole route by heart. Swift became used to it and never minded when he noticed that his dog was gone. He knew his Alaskan Husky was having an adventure. What he didn't know was that on his adventures, NANOOK also rescued the hikers. This was known to him when he rescued a student from the Rochester Institute of Technology, Amelia Milling. She was on a 3-day solo hike on the Crow Pass Trail. She slipped and fell 183 meters down an icy mountain. NANOOK came to her aid and helped her. He stayed by her side and tried to guide her back. When Milling slipped again while trying to cross a river, NANOOK came to her aid the second time and helped her paddle to safety. Realizing she couldn't go on, she wormed her way into the sleeping bag and hit the SOS button on her satellite messenger. NANOOK licked her face to keep her awake until the helicopter arrived to take her to safety. Thanks to NANOOK, Milling was alive, and with that, Swift carved his collar with the words, "Crow Pass Guide Dog." Number 5. Kilo the Pitbull. Justin Becker never thought in a million years that his dog Kilo would take a bullet for him. It was just a normal Saturday for them, and they hadn't seen anything alarming when a delivery man rang the bell saying he had a package. He shoved his way into the house. Kilo didn't take a chance and sprinted towards the man as Justin battled him at the doorway. The invader fired 3 shots and 1 hit at Kilo. It went into the dog's skull and exited at the neck. When Justin's attention turned to his dog, the thief managed to escape. Becker rushed Kilo to the South Shore Animal Hospital, not wanting to let his best friend die. Miraculously, in 3 days, Kilo was up on his feet. If that doesn't scream lucky, I don't know what is. Number 4. KATRINA the Heroic Black Labrador. Another incident of a dog being a hero. The Hurricane Katrina winds had caused several breaches in the levees, which resulted in the city of New Orleans being submerged. This beautiful black Labrador was probably minding her own business when she saw a man in trouble. She couldn't leave him there like that. She had to do something. So before the man drowned, the dog grabbed him and took him to a safer location. The hero dog stayed with him until a rescue team was able to reach out to them by a helicopter. The dog's heroic act was returned when the wife and children begged their father to adopt her. They named her KATRINA after the traumatic event of Hurricane Katrina. KATRINA overcame her traumas and lived with a happy family of 4 together with their other dog, a golden retriever named Teddy Bear. What a happy ending to a traumatic story. Number 3. BRETAGNE the 9/11 Hero. There's no way we can list heroic dogs without mentioning BRETAGNE. May her soul rest in peace. For those who don't know her, BRETAGNE was the rescue dog hero of the 9/11 attacks. She was only 2 years old when the Twin Towers fell. She went with her owner and trainer, Denise Corliss. It was their first assignment and they worked there for 10 days. She was the last surviving rescue dog until she was laid to rest on June 6, 2016, having lived 17 years. 9 years of which she had dedicated to search work. She continued as an ambassador of her local fire department and a reading assistance dog at a local elementary school. She lived her life well, serving the nation. When she passed away, firefighters and rescue workers from the fire department lined the sidewalk saluting. They paid her respect and her body was buried while draped in an American flag. BRETAGNE will always be remembered. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on our future video. Number 2. A dog saving a man from drowning. This photo has been used as a thumbnail image of YouTube videos talking of animal heroes. The man is clutching on the dog's back to get to the shore. Like the incidents in our list, we can conclude that if it wasn't for the dog, the man would have drowned. And if that's what you thought, then you are correct. This particular footage was taken in Palestine. It's not your average stroll along the beach when Hassan Kaskin takes his dog walking in Gaza. Horrified by the death toll of shipwreck victims off the coast, Mr. Kaskin is given his 2 brave German shepherds lifeguard lessons in this footage. He's training them to swim out into the choppy Mediterranean waters to rescue drowning people. Number 1. 8-month-old puppy saves boy from being hit by a truck. Let's sum up our list with this heroic dog that pushed his best friend out of the way of a runaway lorry and took the impact himself. Carly Riley and her 3 sons, Charlie, Josh, and Ben, were walking with their dog Geo along Burrs Road in the town when the incident happened. As they stopped at a street corner to cross the road, an out-of-control truck sped onto the pavement, heading straight for Charlie. On seeing this, Geo jumped forward, pushing Charlie out of the way, and being hit instead before the driver drove off. Mrs. Riley reported the hit and run to the police and rushed the then 8-month-old puppy to the hospital. If it hadn't been for this brave puppy, Charlie may not have been alive. He owed his life to his best friend, Geo. Imagine what could have happened if these dogs weren't in existence. All I can say is standing ovation to their bravery.